The mirror showed my reflection smiling. I wasn't smiling. I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me start from the beginning. 3 weeks ago, I was browsing an estate sale in the old Victorian district downtown. You know the type. Peeling wallpaper, musty smell. Tables covered in someone's entire life reduced to price tags. I wasn't looking for anything in particular, just killing time on a Saturday morning. That's when I saw it. The mirror was propped against the back wall of the garage, maybe 4 feet tall. Ornate silver frame with Baroque details, tarnished in places but beautiful. The kind of thing you'd pay hundreds for at a real antique shop. The price tag said $3. I thought it was a mistake. I picked it up carefully. Checked the back. Solid wood backing. Heavy. Real silver on the frame. The glass was old. Not perfectly flat like modern mirrors. It had that slight wave to it that antique glass gets. "Excuse me," I called to the woman running the sale. "Is this really $3? She was maybe 70, thin, gray hair pulled back tight. When she looked up and saw what I was holding, her face changed. All the color drained out. "Yes," she said quickly. "Take it, please." "Are you sure? This frame alone is worth—" "I'm sure." She turned away, started reorganizing a box of books that didn't need organizing. "Just take it." I should have asked more questions. I should have noticed that she never once looked directly at the mirror, not even a glance. But I didn't. I paid my $3 and loaded it into my car. The mirror looked perfect in my bedroom. I hung it across from my bed, right where I could see myself when I got dressed in the morning. The antique glass gave everything a dreamy quality, softer than a regular mirror. For the first week, nothing seemed wrong. Then I started noticing small things. Delays, like when you're on a video call and there's lag. I'd move my hand, and my reflection would follow a split second later. So brief, I thought I was imagining it. But it kept happening. I tested it one morning, stood in front of the mirror, and raised my right hand fast. My reflection raised its hand. But I could swear there was a pause. Just a fraction of a second, like it had to think about it first. I told myself it was the old glass, some optical illusion from the wavy surface. Then came the expressions. I was having a terrible Monday. Woke up late. Couldn't find clean clothes. Stubbed my toe on the dresser. I was scowling at myself in the mirror. Frustrated. Angry. My reflection smiled. Not a big smile. Just a slight upturn at the corners of the mouth, while my face was definitely, absolutely frowning. I froze. Stared. My reflection's face matched mine again. Same frustrated expression, same furrowed brow. I stepped closer, studied every detail. My reflection copied perfectly. I was losing it. Too much stress at work, not enough sleep. I went to the bathroom, splashed cold water on my face, looked at myself in that mirror. Normal, perfectly synchronized. I laughed at myself, actually laughed. When I came back to the bedroom, I avoided looking at the antique mirror, got dressed facing the closet instead. But over the next few days, it got worse. The delay became more obvious. I'd blink, and my reflection would blink a full second later. I'd turn my head and watch my reflection's head turn to follow, like it was imitating me instead of reflecting me. I started testing it, making sudden movements, jumping, spinning around. My reflection always followed, but always just a little bit behind. Then it started moving differently. I'd scratch my nose with my right hand. My reflection would use its left hand, mirror appropriate. But then it would leave its hand there a moment too long, like it was thinking about something, deciding something. I should have gotten rid of it then, but I kept telling myself I was being irrational. Mirrors don't have delays. Mirrors don't think. It was just my brain playing tricks. Stress, exhaustion, maybe carbon monoxide. I should check the detector. Last Tuesday, my reflection waved at me. I was walking past the mirror, not even looking directly at it, just passing by. In my peripheral vision, I saw movement. I turned. My reflection was standing there, facing me, and it raised its hand, gave a little wave, fingers wiggling, like you'd wave at a neighbor across the street. I wasn't waving. Both my hands were at my sides. I stood completely still, held my breath. My reflection held its position for maybe 3 seconds, hand still raised. Then slowly, it lowered its arm, matched my posture again. I grabbed my phone, hands shaking so hard I could barely unlock it. Pulled up the camera, pointed it at the mirror. I'd document this, prove I wasn't crazy. Through the phone screen, the mirror looked normal. My reflection moved exactly with me. Perfect synchronization. I waved. It waved. I jumped. It jumped. I lowered the phone, looked at the mirror with my naked eyes. My reflection lowered its phone a second after I did. That night, I covered the mirror with a bedsheet. I couldn't look at it anymore. Couldn't sleep with it watching me. Because that's what it felt like being watched. I researched antique mirrors online, looked up optical illusions, searched for psychological conditions that cause mirror hallucinations, found nothing that explained what I was experiencing. I tried to find the estate sale woman, drove back to that Victorian house. There was a sold sign in the yard. The new owners were moving in. They'd never heard of any estate sale. The previous owner had died 6 months ago. The house had been empty since then. But I'd been to that sale. I had the mirror. Someone had been there. Someone had sold me this thing. I pulled off the bedsheet the next morning. I don't know why. Morbid curiosity. The need to prove to myself that I was overreacting. My reflection was standing in a different position than I was. I was at the foot of my bed, hands in my pockets. My reflection was standing closer to the mirror, arms at its sides, just standing there, staring at me. I moved to the left. My reflection didn't move. It just turned its head, followed me with its eyes. "What are you?" I whispered. My reflection's mouth didn't move. It didn't whisper. It just stared. Then slowly, deliberately, it pressed its hand against the glass. From the inside, the surface of the mirror rippled like water. My reflection's palm pushed through, not breaking the glass, sinking into it. The glass bent inward around its fingers, like liquid, like mercury. I ran, grabbed my keys, didn't even close the bedroom door, just ran. I spent that night in a hotel, sat on the bed with all the lights on, couldn't stop shaking. I called my sister, started to tell her, heard how insane I sounded, hung up before she could respond. I couldn't stay away forever. It was my apartment, my home, and some part of me needed to know, needed to understand. I came back the next evening, brought a hammer. I was going to smash it. End this. The bedroom door was open. I'd left it open when I ran. The mirror was right where I'd hung it. The bedsheet was on the floor. I approached slowly, hammer gripped tight. I could see my reflection now, standing in the mirror, waiting. It looked exactly like me. Same clothes, same tired eyes, same fearful expression. "I'm going to break you," I said. Raise the hammer. My reflection didn't raise a hammer. It just stood there. And then it smiled. A wide smile. Too wide. the corners of its mouth stretching farther than mouths should stretch. "You can't," it said. I heard the words, not from the mirror, from behind me. I spun around. Nothing there. Empty room. I turned back to the mirror. My reflection wasn't smiling anymore. It was crying. Silent tears running down its face. It mouthed words I couldn't hear. "Help me! Please help me!" Then it turned around. Slowly, deliberately, turned its back to me. Behind my reflection, in the mirror world, I could see my bedroom. But different. Wrong. The walls were darker. Stained. The bed was rotted. Covered in something black. Mold, maybe. Or worse. And standing in the doorway of that mirror bedroom was a figure. Tall. Thin. So thin its limbs looked like they might snap. Its face was a blur. Like static. Like my eyes couldn't focus on it. My reflection was backing away from it. Slowly. Terrified. It backed up until it pressed against the glass, against the barrier between its world and mine. It turned its head, looked at me over its shoulder, eyes pleading. The thing in the doorway moved forward. Its movements were wrong. Jerky. Stop motion. It crossed the room in impossible steps. Too fast. Too smooth. It reached out with fingers too long. Touched my reflection's shoulder. My reflection screamed. I heard it. Muffled. Like through water. Like through glass. The thing pulled. My reflection tried to hold on to the glass. Tried to push through. Its hand pressed against the surface from inside. The glass rippled again. Bent. Its fingers started to push through. I dropped the hammer. Reached out. Pressed my hand against the glass where my reflection's hand was pushing. Our palms touched. Glass between them. Cold. So cold. The thing pulled harder. My reflection's hand slipped back, away from the surface, away from me. It mouthed one more word. Run. Then the thing dragged it backward into the dark bedroom, into the shadows. My reflection disappeared. The thing disappeared. The mirror showed my empty bedroom. No reflection at all. Just the room, like a window. Then I saw movement. From the darkness in the mirror's doorway. Something was coming back. It stepped into the light. Into view. It was wearing my face. Not like my reflection. Exactly my face. But wrong. The eyes were too wide. The smile too fixed. It moved with those same jerky motions. It walked up to the glass. Stood where my reflection should be. It raised its hand, pressed against the glass from inside. The surface rippled, bent. Its hand pushed through. Not just fingers this time. The whole hand, wrist, forearm. It was coming through. I grabbed the hammer, swung with everything I had. The glass shattered, exploded outward. Shards flew everywhere. I felt them cut my face, my arms. Didn't care. I kept swinging. Destroyed the glass. Destroyed the frame. Reduced it all to splinters and fragments. When I finally stopped, breathing hard, bleeding, the mirror was completely destroyed. Pieces scattered across my bedroom floor. In the shards, I could see fractured reflections. Dozens of me. Hundreds. All slightly different. All staring. I swept up every piece. Double-bagged them. Drove to the dump. Watched them bury the bags under tons of garbage. That was 3 days ago. This morning, I saw something that made my blood freeze. I was brushing my teeth, looking in my bathroom mirror. Normal mirror. regular reflection. Then I noticed something. My reflection blinked. I hadn't blinked. My reflection's hand moved to scratch its nose. My hand was holding the toothbrush. I leaned closer, stared into my reflection's eyes. They stared back. And then slowly, so slowly, my reflection smiled. I wasn't smiling. "You can break all the mirrors you want," it whispered. I heard it clearly. "But we're still here. We've always been here. And now that the door's been opened, we can move between them." I backed away. The reflection stayed, pressed its hand against the glass. The surface rippled. I ran to my bedroom. The full-length mirror on my closet door showed my reflection. Standing still, smiling, different position than I was in. I ran to the kitchen, the window, the microwave door, the turned-off TV screen. Every reflective surface showed me, but wrong. Different positions, different expressions, all smiling. I'm in my car now, driving. I don't know where. Somewhere without mirrors. Somewhere without reflective surfaces. But I can see myself in the rearview mirror, and in the side mirrors, and in the dark screen of my phone. All of them are me. None of them are moving the way I'm moving. The one in the rearview mirror just turned around, like my reflection in the antique mirror did, turned to face the back seat, staring at something behind me. I can't look. I won't look. But I can see it in the side mirror now, in the back seat. Something tall, thin, face like static. It's reaching forward, toward the back of my head. My reflection in the rearview mirror mouths one word, the same word my original reflection mouthed. Run. But there's nowhere left to run. Everywhere has mirrors. Everywhere has reflections. And they're all doors now. All of them. The thing's hand touches my shoulder. I feel it. Cold. So cold. Like the glass. My reflection is screaming. All of them. In every mirror. Every surface. Screaming. I understand now. That woman at the estate sale. She wasn't selling the mirror. The mirror was using her to find someone new. Someone who would take it home. Hang it up. Look into it. Someone it could replace. The thing is pulling now. I can feel myself moving. But not in my car. Somewhere else. Through the mirror. Through the glass. I'm pushing back, trying to hold on, but my hand is touching the rearview mirror. The surface is rippling. My fingers are sinking in, going through. On the other side, I can see my car. I can see myself driving, still gripping the wheel, still breathing. But I'm not there anymore. I'm here, in the mirror world, in the dark. My body is still driving my car, still living my life. But it's not me anymore. It's the thing wearing my face. I'm here, with all the others, all the other reflections, all the other people who looked too long, who bought the wrong mirror, who opened the wrong door. We're all here, pressing against the glass, watching our lives continue without us, watching the things that replaced us smile with our faces. If you're reading this, check your mirror. Really look at your reflection. Watch for the delays, the wrong expressions, the moments when it moves differently than you. Because once you notice, it means they've noticed you too. And the door is already opening.